As an Edomae Sushi fanatic, I just found my love in Fukuoka. Sushi Senpachi lives by a simple yet powerful motto: bring Edomae techniques to life using Kyushu seafood. And that's exactly what Chef Takashi Nakahara does. Born in the lineage of sushi craftsmen, Chef Nakahara not only continues Sushi Senpai's legacy into its fourth generation, but in 2025, he has elevated it from a local favorite to a Tabelog Bronze Awarded Omakase. Here, the decor is sophisticated, with warm wood panels that blend effortlessly with muted gold walls and a beautiful cypress counter. Everything feels harmonious and calming to the eyes, allowing the food to be the true star of the experience. We're starting off light with a simple ohitashi. Not much to say here, just straightforward spinach with mushrooms. But I chose the nigiri lunch omakase for a reason, so let's get straight into the sushi. Lovely first nigiri. The sea bream has a satisfying firm bite and a mild, refreshing sweetness. I also love Chef Nakahara's sushi rice. It's swiftly yet gently shaped, so I can taste each grain with its al dente softness and gentle umami acidity. I rarely get to enjoy this fish, so it's such a treat to see it here today. The blackfin sea bass is tender and lean, with a light umami flavor and a subtle sweet finish. Even though I'm familiar with most of the seafood, these information cards with the pictures of the whole fish, their Japanese and English name, plus the additional interesting facts, really add a fun touch to the whole experience. Moving on to the next nigiri, the sawara's deeper brown color makes me wonder how long it's been aged, since I'm used to seeing it in a lighter pinkish brown tone. No doubt it's been aged well. The Spanish mackerel is incredibly soft and meaty, with a rich umami flavor deepened by the soy sauce onion bits tucked in the center. I love that the garnish is placed between the neta and shari, so I get to taste the pure flavor of the fish first, then the garnish adds another layer as I continue to chew. I also appreciate their diligent care in keeping the counter spotless, wiping it down after every nigiri to make sure any drop of sauce or garnish don't end up in the next piece. Damn, this is one delicious squid. Chef Nakahara's technique of aging it for 10 days and meticulously blade tendering gives it this incredible creamy and sticky texture. The flavor is beautiful too, with a bright sweetness and a gentle oceanic brininess. The best aori ika I've ever had. I can already tell from the shine and plumpness, this aji is gonna be good. And that's exactly it. It's buttery and thick, almost melting in the mouth, and it just coats my palate with this clean oceanic oiliness. Then, the ginger and scallions hidden inside gently sweep in to freshen the bite. Such a delicious horse mackerel. I was already enjoying myself, but hearing the chef say goma saba, I got even more excited. Goma saba is a beloved Fukuoka specialty made with high-quality mackerel caught in the Genkai Sea right along the Fukuoka's northern coast. And the magic is in the rich sesame marinade. I wasn't able to get a reservation at Kiharu, the restaurant famous for its variety of goma saba dishes, so I feel so lucky to finally try it here. The goma saba is amazingly tender and smooth, with a mellow oceanic oiliness and a subtle nutty undertone. I also like the thin layer of sea kelp on top. It adds an extra touch of brininess and just a hint of sugar sweetness. I'm not quite sure why Chef Nakahara served the akagai cut in half. Usually I only see that when the neta is especially long, such as Japanese tiger prawn. Nonetheless, the blood clam has a prominent briny sweetness and gives such satisfying crunches with every bite. That deep ruby red color is such an eye candy, and it tastes just good as it looks. The akami is tender and smooth with a rich umami tuna flavor. Something about today's tuna is reminding me of my favorite tuna from Oma. I'm not 100% sure, but I usually do get a better sense with the chutoro. Let's see if the next cut confirms it, or maybe I'll just ask the chef. But before we find out, do you think I guessed it correctly that this is Oma tuna? Or am I totally off and it's from somewhere else? Yay, I was right. It is my favorite Oma tuna. This chutoro is exactly what I love about Oma tuna. The perfect balance of gentle tuna umami and buttery sweetness that melts beautifully. On my sushi journey through Fukuoka, I've tasted tuna from Nagasaki at Sushi Karashima, Okinawa at Sushi Ichitaka, and Minmaya at Sushi Sakai. Each with its own charm, but I have missed you, Oma tuna. Although kohara in the summer tends to be on the leaner side, this piece actually has a decent meatiness. And the chef's method of salting and aging it in vinegar for over 3 days give it a pleasantly semi-soft texture, a clean briny flavor, and just a whisper of acidity. I'm not quite sure why Chef Nakahara flipped the nigiri down for me, but I like to think it's because he wants to show off the beautiful blue side of the kohara. Wow, look at these freshly boiled shrimp. Beautiful bright orange. And the way he's deshelling the shrimp is so swift and precise, no wasted movement at all. Besides eating sushi, this is another reason why I love counter seat omakase. You get to catch every action up close. And just to my left, Chef Nakahara is already preparing the next nigiri. Unlike most scallops that are bouncy, Sushi Senpachi's has a unique, almost creamy texture. And it's like it's been grilled with soy sauce, kind of like how yaki onigiri is made, giving it a rich, savory flavor that's really comforting. That thick, sweet sauce also adds another bold touch, making it the opposite of a typical light, refreshing scallop nigiri. Ooh, the shrimps are even filled with their own shrimp miso. I'm excited to try this one. With my first bite, the big plump tiger prawn pops with juicy sweetness. And as I chew, the shrimp miso blends in with an intense shrimp savoriness with just a hint of minerality. It's a pleasant sea urchin, moderately creamy with a mild oceanic sweetness. I'm usually extra delighted by sea urchin, but since the other nigiri have already had my taste bud on peak alert, this uni didn't quite excite me. That said, it's by no means not delicious. This course is Chef Nakahara's signature dish, which is always included. Doesn't matter if you chose the nigiri lunch omakase or the full dinner experience. The small abalone is tender with a satisfying chew and lovely savory brininess. The abalone itself is nice, but I'm loving the abalone liver even more. It's incredibly creamy with just the right thickness to coat each grain of shari without overwhelming it. And even though it's rich in flavor, it's surprisingly light on the palate. For the next dish, my eyes literally lit up when I saw it. I've only had nore sore served in this way once before, and I loved it. But I never came across it again, so I'm really grateful it's part of today's omakase. Imagine the silkiest noodles you can think of. This is it. I don't usually dream about sea eel, but young sea eel, yes. I honestly can't imagine a better final course. But of course, my black hole tummy and greedy taste buds aren't done yet. So, time for a few a la carte nigiri. Freshly caught this morning, the sayori is firmly tender with a kiss of briny sweetness. With this being my 5th hikarimono in one sitting, my silver skin loving heart is truly in heaven. Just like its pale appearance, the Japanese whiting's flavor is light and delicate with a firm bite. The kamasu is fleshy and tender, with a deep savoriness that I believe comes from their technique of drying it overnight. In the summertime, I thought I'll be seeing more clams in the omakase, but it seems Chef Nakahara likes to hide them for a la carte instead. However, I am thankful for my black hole tummy because this double-layered pen shell clam has a lovely oceanic flavor and such a satisfying al dente bite. For the final add-on, we're ending it with the whelk, which has a super crunchy texture and a prominent briny mineral flavor. Lastly, a castella-like tamago to wrap up the omakase beautifully. Thank you Sushi Senpachi for the incredible meal. Now it's time for my rating to see if it's worth the travel. Starting with the food, as an Edomae Sushi lover, this was right up my alley. I especially loved when there's a nigiri-focused menu that jumps straight into the sushi, and that's exactly what happened here for lunch. Just one simple bite and I was in nigiri heaven. Every piece of seafood was prepared to bring out its peak flavor and texture, whether aged, salt-cured, or purposefully tenderized. The garnishes were so thoughtfully paired as well, and I really appreciate how some were placed between the neta and shari instead of just on top, like the sawada and aji. I truly enjoyed every single piece, but the ones that completely blew my mind were the squid and scallop. And even though this is supposed to be a nigiri-focused menu, I have to mention the noresore. It was absolutely delicious and brought my dream to life, especially since I haven't had it for over 2 years. So I rate the food a 4.7 out of 5. As for the service and ambiance, even though the counter seats only 12 guests, the space feels open and comfortable with a high ceiling and plenty of room behind. As I mentioned earlier, the design is beautifully harmonious and it truly lets the food take center stage. And to make that happen, Chef Nakahara is fully focused on preparing each piece of nigiri perfectly. He doesn't talk much during service, but he was more than happy to answer any questions I've had. I also love the thoughtful touch of the information cards and the team's attentiveness, wiping down the counter after every piece. The service is absolutely a 5. The restaurant is located in Takasago, where I had recently visited for my first Kyushu regional focus restaurant, Sugumi. Takasago is a quaint and quiet neighborhood with some local cafes and cute boutiques nearby. But if you're looking for more activities, the popular areas of Tenjin and Hakata are just a short 10-minute ride away. So for me, the location is still a 5. The nigiri-focused lunch omakase is 15,000 yen, which is roughly $100, making it 5 for the price. The overall rating is 4.92, which makes it worth international travel. So it doesn't matter where you're traveling from, Sushi Senpachi is 100% worth the visit. Now, if you're interested in going, let me show you how easy it is to make a reservation. Reservations can be made on Tabelog.com. I have it linked in the description. Nigiri focused lunch omakase is only available Thursday through Saturday, while the full dinner omakase is offered from Tuesday through Saturday. Reservation open 1 month ahead. For example, in July, slots are open for July and all of August, but not for September yet. It's fairly easy to make a reservation. As you can see here, there are still many slots available. I wish there was a way to see all the availability easily, but for now, you have to click on the date to see if there are any openings. If there's an X next to the time slot, it means there are no availability, but if it's just the time, that means there's an opening. Good luck with your reservation, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.